Question, colon. When I use binaural meditation, I find myself in a complete darkness, no sound, no other sensory sensation but a gentle warmth. It was so peaceful. I read a book about a man who had an NDE and ended up in what he called the void, where all creation takes place. This felt like the place I went in meditation. Sandra Ingerman said she goes to the void to create. Have you heard about or experienced the void? Hang on, I'm going to get my coffee because we're going to talk about the void. The void. It's an interesting concept. There's a couple things in this that I agree with and a couple things in here I don't agree with. And I'm going to start with the things I don't agree with. There is no place where all creation happens that is outside of where you are right now. You are creating in every moment of every day. In asking this question, you have created the answer. You knew, you had faith that I would probably answer, right? I'm curious about this, so I'm going to ask John, and John's going to answer. You knew it. You had faith because I answer everything I can, right? I respond to whatever I can. So you had pretty good faith that I was going to answer. So you created that experience, right? Every moment of every day you create. So there is no place you have to go to create called the void, okay? Now let's talk about the void space, and this is something that I do have experience with, but it's a very unique experience because I go to it every day. I go to it every day, and you know what I do when I go to that space? Just before I go to sleep, I lay down in my bed, and this is how my night goes every night. I lay down in my bed, and I sit there in that space of thinking about all the things that happened during my day, during my physical day. I sit there and I think about, oh, this happened and that happened, and then when sometimes even stuff from my past will pop up, and I'll think about that, and I'll be external world stuff coming up. And then at some point, what happens is I go, okay, I'm done with that for today. I consciously choose to set that aside. What happens next is I go to a dark place. And I mean, I don't mean dark as in negative. I mean, I go into this warm, dark void. And from in the warm, dark void, I'm experiencing just bliss and joyfulness. And it really feels like I'm looking at the inside of my eyelids from in my body, but not connected to it. I'm sitting in this space of pure warmth, pure joy, and I'm just experiencing it. If I were to introduce something I wanted to create in that moment, it would kick me out of that state and throw me back into the physical world, because creations happen in the physical world. Physical creations happen in the physical world. And so in this state of the void, what I would call the void, this is a place of rebooting. This is a place of setting down, getting rid of, releasing, resting from. That's why you fall asleep, because you're resting from the physical world. So to come to that space and then to add a new creation, you're actually breaking the sleep cycle. You're actually breaking the sleep cycle. You go into that, in binaural beats, they put you into a state of focusing on a sound, focusing on actually technically two sounds. You have one in your left ear, one in your right ear, and they create a beat. And there's mixed evidence as to whether it actually does much for you. But I would have to say that if you have belief that it does something for you, that it'll do something for you, because that's what creates. Your belief is what is creating. And so if you believe they work, great. If they put you into a state because you believe they put you into a state, then that's great. Awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. But the point of it is, to me, all of those situations are putting you into a place of resting from the physical world. To reintroduce something that you want to create in the physical world, to me, negates your rest, negates your ability to reboot. That space of the void is a place to just be and enjoy. Just be. Just experience. And love that. Now, this is my belief. You may have a different belief. But I will say this. It's not mentioned anywhere in any ancient text. It's not mentioned in any experience of Jesus, Buddha, Krishna. They don't mention a void. Now, in my own experience crossing over, when I've crossed over, I've experienced what I call the expanse. And the only reason I call it an expanse is because it feels like I'm somewhere that is vast with no walls, but it's pure white, and I can't see the outer side of it. So I call it the expanse in my experience. I would never ask anybody else to do that, and I would never, in any way, shape, or form, tell someone it is the place of all creation, because that limits people from actually creating. It limits people. I am creating. Amen. I am God's name creating. Amen. So be it. Present moment belief, thought, word, and deed, all married into one. That's where creation happens. As far as what I would consider the void, it's a place of reboot. It's a place of just going and being and experiencing the feeling. We've got to remember, connection is not made in the thinking brain, it's made in the feeling body. And when you go to a nice warm place and it feels so beautiful and wonderful, just feel it. Don't try to add some thinking thing to it that takes you out of that space. Experience it. Live with it. Because that's the point. There is no place that is a place of all creation except for one, your present moment. That is where all creation happens. I am, not I will be or I was. Amen. Not so it will be or so it was. It's this moment where you are. You are creating in every physical moment of your day. And there's no place of creation that you have to go to create anything. And that is my thought on that. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye. Thank you, my friends, for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure that you've subscribed and you like it, you share it, but also comment below it. Let's get this community talking about these topics and spreading this information out far and wide so we can change the world for the better. Thank you.